everyone, Autistic Ange here, doing something that makes me feel very anxious and awkward, and that's doing videos. I don't know, my wife gave me the idea of doing a series called Pots Walks, since I got POTS, and if you've listened to my podcast, you've probably heard all about that, and just going to do some videos every so often, or maybe I'll try to do one whenever I go for a walk / hike and talk about my POTS, talk about thoughts on other shit, only if I feel like maybe it's relevant or relatable or something. Like, you know, who wants to tune in just to see some fucking middle-aged autistic lady's thoughts on what? So for now, this has a purpose, and this is going to be about POTS. So don't murder dirter me, okay? Because I can't run. I shouldn't say that. Well, yeah, so like, you'd get me, because I can't run to save my life. For real. But I'm in Syracuse on the Erie Canalway. There's like sections of this. I'm in the 4th section. I don't know, what is this, like 10, 12 miles into the canalway? And I've never been on this section before. And I pulled up into the parking lot down at the start of it. I was surprised. It's just me and one other car, and usually I see a bunch of cars, so I was like, you know, sorry for all the background train noise, but yeah, I'm outside. Anyways, what's the point of this? Well, I'm pretty proud of myself. I got POTS and I'm out doing hikes, and I'm going to talk about that just for a bit. I hope that, you know, is inspiring the right word? I don't know. Motivating. So basically, look at some of the scenery. So basically, I found out about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, I think, that like I got POTS. I won't go into all the stuff I've talked about on my podcast about it, but it's annoying, and I didn't do well enough research. I thought that, by the way, I'm so gross, I'm sweating, but whatever. You don't care, right? But I didn't do enough research, and I thought that POTS meant that I would have to live a sedentary lifestyle. You know, so I learned how to exercise on my butt, stretching. I could be like, what do you call those people that can like pull their legs over their head? Like, I could be one of those. But anyways, I've been doing a lot of sitting for the last 3-4 years at least. And sorry, I thought I heard somebody. It's just an animal. I don't know what I'm gonna do if somebody rolls up on me. Just keep talking. That's what other people do. Oh my God, this is so awkward. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is I just got this itch to like get out in nature. You know, like, there's been people that I've known that have been passing away, and the most recent one was a neighbor across the street that we've known ever since we've lived here, which is what, 13, 14 years now. And he wasn't even 70, and I was like, did that dude do everything that he wanted to in life? Did he have any regrets? Like, I don't know, that just kind of got stuck in my head, and I was like, do I have any regrets? Like, what would I like to be doing right now? And I've been too anxious to go to new places on my own. That's like, you know, neither here nor there. Well, it is, kind of. It's prevented me from getting out and doing stuff. I've believed this weird little lie I told myself that, like, in order to maintain my POTS symptoms, I have to be completely stationary. That's not true. So, what's today? Middle of August sometime? I'm not good with numbers or days. But about July 1st, about the beginning of July, is when I started going for nearly daily hiking. My last name is Walker, so maybe it's in the name. Maybe I should just stop in the shade so I don't pass out. And then that's filmed. Anyways, hopefully these will get easier for me to do, because talking is also hard for me, for real. But I just I got the All Trails app. It shows that cumulatively I've done almost 60 miles of like hiking. I've gone to like some state parks, but like mostly preservations around where I live, because you know, we have to be careful with our money. Everything is expensive, as you guys know, and gas is very expensive, and so I'm not branching out very far away from where I live. Like, I'm usually within a 20-minute radius, and does not sound nice. But anyways, I have anti-nausea pills that I take to help with my pot stuff. And I haven't had to take a single anti-nausea pill on any of these hikes. And I'm talking like, I'm out here, today is nice. It's surprisingly 75 degrees. I've been out here 85 degrees, 90 degrees. And that usually triggers my symptoms. Like, I also have menopause, you know, so that triggers that shit. And I feel like it all fucking feeds into each other, but I haven't had to take any of those. I do have a knee brace. Can you see it? If you didn't, sorry, but look at this knee brace. I'm not good at video angles. I don't know how to edit, so all of this is staying in. I'm gonna fucking regret all of this, but that's okay. You know, I'm middle-aged. I'm starting to like just not give a fuck about some things, even though I really do give a fuck about what I'm doing right now, because I have a lot of anxiety, but I'm just gonna put it out there. I wear these, they got copper in them. Whether or not they're a placebo, they seem to work, because I call them sausage containers, because when I first started coming out 6 weeks ago, my fingers got so like swollen. I've had to do a lot of research about what the fuck are you supposed to do when you're hiking. I'll get into like specifics later on. I just wanted to make this an initial video, but I've lost nearly 12 pounds in 6 weeks. I'm conditioning my body to do these things. It was so hard to just walk a mile the first time. I average about 5 miles a day just doing this. I don't like running because it speeds my heart up, which I know is kind of the point of, I suppose, exercise, they say, but when my heart goes dun 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 dun, then I get nauseous and then like dizzy. You know, I've also got dyspraxia, so there's a lot of like shit involved in me just trying to walk out in nature, but I'm pretty proud of like how far I've come, to the point that like I'm doing a video about this shit. But I guess I want whoever's watching these videos, especially like if you have POTS and you think that it's just hard to stay upright for very long, like trust me, I have stories about how I've just stood upright and gone, you know, just passed out. I have stories for days about that. I really thought that like I just wouldn't be able to come out and walk for miles and miles on a daily basis in nature. So if you're watching this, you know, this is just one person's experience, that seems like it's possible for me to work with my symptoms of POTS, maintain them, be more proactive about like my body and listening to it. And anyways, I feel like I just rambled on and I forgot everything I just said, so I'm gonna push stop. Then I'm gonna do the very hard thing of figuring out how the fuck to upload this to YouTube, because I've never uploaded a video to YouTube. Then I'm gonna hope nobody watches, and then I'll feel rejected and hope that somebody watches, and then I'll see that somebody and be like, did you judge me? It's okay if you do. We're judgmental creatures, aren't we, as humans? But this is my first video. I can't believe I did it. I'm gonna continue my walk. I just started out. This is not even 30 minutes in, so I got another 2 hours at least. And when I'm out doing these walks, I'm gonna do a video, talk about some aspect of POTS. I think. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Okay, bye.